You look like you're in a Martin Scorsese flick.
I've got slick back, sleazy ass, what's his name? Bill.
Hader. Bill Clinton. Bill Burr.
You can also go Bo Baggins. The politically incorrect guy that has an HBO show.
Bill Maher.
Yeah.
Billy Blanks.
I'll teach you time-o.
Double time.
Double time.
Hey, watching with Dan and Tony. Hey, watching with Dan and Tony. It's Hey Watching, yeah.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I happen to be Dan.
And I happen to be Tony.
And that's usually the way it turns out on this show. This is a show where we pick movies, and then we talk about movies. Well, we talk about the movie, and then we usually contextualize it within the framework of other movies, which is something we are definitely doing today.
Oh, okay, good. I'm excited.
Oh, well, I mean, after doing, because we did Last Airbender last week, right?
Yeah. I wanted to do them back to back so that we could.
These two movies are incredibly comparable in some aspects. Oh, well, why don't we Tony, why don't you tell them what movie we're even doing?
Right. So this week we did the amazing, the phenomenal, big budget, smash hit Dragonball Evolution, which I should apologize for because last week I called it Dragon Ball Z Evolution because I'm a noob.
Yes, a franchise I know nearly nothing about, which is amazing because I usually have a tendency to pay attention to a lot of different things and have at least, dipped into them a little bit so I have some understanding. This thing has always been out of my reach.
Eluded you.
And what's interesting is once I started doing the research, and I knew people were into this thing big time.
Yeah.
This is a franchise, and this is a franchise with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes over many platforms and movies and just all sorts of stuff. And then this is the one attempt at live actioning it, and oh man, it's a disaster.
I also, so we both don't know much about Dragon Ball. Like I've seen the cartoon a little, but I've never done like a deep dive or anything. So we're both coming in this just as like a movie, as opposed to a comparison.
Kind of how you were with Avatar last week.
Exactly. Yeah. And I got to say, I imagine that both ways they just totally screwed the pooch because this is so bad on all levels.
Once again, it's like the movie is literally an hour and 25 minutes with 10 minutes of credits. So it's like an hour and 15 minutes. And I guess there was a mid-credit scene in there too that I did not see, but was mentioned somewhere that I saw.
Do you remember what it was?
I have no idea because, I read what it said it was, and I did not care to go back and rewatch it to see.
I think that's fair. You made the right choice.
Did you see the scene? Do you remember?
I don't know. I don't. My memory of this movie, even though I watched it last night, is pretty minimal. Because woof.
So this movie, an hour and 15 minutes, they're cramming in hundreds of episodes of content and world creation and world building that things will just be thrown out there and just they will say these names as if we're supposed to understand what they are, which we don't. And it's baffling. You're like, I don't even know how I could write this word. The Zaboomafoo. I'm like, go into the temple and make a new Zaboomafoo. And you're like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I don't know what.
And I think the word, Dan, is Mafuba. And I think it stands for mother front butt.
Mother front butt? That's like a person that has like a butt on the front?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it. I was writing it down a couple times and I was like, I think that's what it means.
Yes. So there's a lot of things like that, which, like with Avatar, I could see you sitting there and like hearing all this stuff and being like, what is happening? Why is this happening?
I'm so glad we watched Airbender first because contrasting and comparing, I actually think that movie makes way more sense now.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, at least they tried.
Yeah.
They like made an effort. This movie was like, everybody knows everything. They've all seen all 94 seasons, all the manga. Everyone knows everything. Let's just go for it. And I I didn't understand, I'd say 95% of this movie. I was totally lost.
I understood what was happening just because it's just conventions and things like that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make for a good viewing experience because you don't care. Once again,
Why does he turn into an animal? Is he a monkey? Is he an ape? I honestly don't. I thought I couldn't tell what animal. He's
like,
aware something, but I don't know what it is.
He's like a were-monkey.
Okay.
Or were-ape. Were-monkey or ape. Because it said that. So one of the things I was reading, they say that. And so you're kind of like, I really expected when they said that he was the thing that works for this dude or this dude works for him. That was the other thing I got very confused is the Ozama and Lord Piccolo. I really thought it was Ozama who was trying to bring Piccolo back.
Yeah. I think that makes perfect sense, but it's not.
But it's not, and I don't even know who is trying to bring what back. And the Dragon Balls don't bring somebody back; they bring a dragon who just gives you a dumb wish.
Which I also have questions about that at some point, but I don't. So I guess I don't the monkey creature. What is it? Or Oriosol below
Ozama or something.
Okay. So that's a creature that this world has seen before?
He was I thought he was like Piccolo's henchman. And so he was like his henchman that did henchman-y stuff. And so then somebody turned him into Space Baby and then gave the Space Baby to the grandfather.
Now this is where I get confused. How did any of that happen?
Well, more importantly, as we understand it, Piccolo's been imprisoned underground for 2,000 years.
For a long time. Yeah.
But at the beginning of the movie, Piccolo's just floats around in his fucking blimp.
Yep. And also, if it's been 2,000 years since he's seen the monkey guy, when did the monkey guy get turned into a baby and sent to Earth?
18 years.
And why at that point? Like, if it had then been 1,900 years since I don't understand it.
Which is our kind of throwback to Power Rangers, where it's like, oh yeah, it's just happening this week because this week.
Because why not? Oh boy.
And that's the thing is, Tony and I occasionally do some writing, and it's like I couldn't write something like this because it would make me want to kill myself. Because it's just.
I think I could if I was purposefully writing something that I thought would be very confusing.
Well, yes, but I hate the idea of the beyond absurd multi-millennia coincidence.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to bake that in some way that you're like, oh, everybody knows the stars are going to align on this day, so we're all set. I mean, even though I guess since they knew the eclipse was going to happen, but what does the eclipse have to do with the seventh dragon? It has nothing to do with anything.
To me, again, I don't know the show, but it feels like there's maybe they're following two separate storylines at the same time from the show.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to marry them into one storyline, they're just like parallel storylines that just happen to happen at the same time because they don't seem to connect at all. I don't even yet understand why the Dragon Balls are in the movie other than at the last second to bring the wrong person back to life. I'm very confused about the whole thing.
Yes, and we also have Lord Piccolo at different times saying, "I'm going to use these balls to destroy the world." Then he also says, "I'm going to use these balls to control the world." And that's we always get to those sort of things in these kind of movies where the main guy doesn't have a want, which is literally the most specific thing in anything. Just give the guy something to want. Even Bulma, which is literally the weirdest, worst name that a character has ever had.
Which guy is that?
Which girl is that? That's
one of the ladies.
Emmy Rossum's. That's her name.
Oh, okay, got it.
Bulma. Which the other thing about let's talk about the whitewash. I was reading about this show, and when the guy conceptualized this show, he was like, "What? I want to create a world where everything is Asian." So he's a Japanese guy that started this as a manga.
Yep.
He took his initial visuals from China. And then when he added the grand tournament, that was based on Bali. So just like in
okay.
Avatar, which I think Avatar is kind of maybe not based on this, but takes a lot of inspiration from this, where we're envisioning an Asian world. And
sure, yep.
Super interesting. It's super interesting to see those archetypes where you're exploring the different Asian archetypes and having them collide in this world where they're the only archetypes. It's super interesting.
Yeah.
And once you put like a white guy in there who turns into a monkey at the end, you're just like, I don't understand anything. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Also, where are his parents?
Well, he doesn't have.
He just says he doesn't know.
He gives us that one thing that it's the most tantalizing thing. He says, "My grandpa told me he was going to tell me
on my 18th birthday," and then he just leaves.
Grandpa.
So, I mean, this is one of the only notes that I wrote. This is the most bizarre story thing in the world. It's like I've waited 18 years to hear all of the answers, but instead, I'm just going to go out. I wouldn't worry about it too much. No, there's no way. That kid would be like just sitting there, just be like, okay, I'm 18. What the fuck is going on, Grandpa?
And I like how hard he peace outs the grandpa. Just like doesn't even like leaves, and not because he has curfew or anything. He just like
just leaves.
Nothing.
No thanks. See you later.
Doesn't even hear the door slam. He's just like, get out.
Honestly, at that point, I was like, your grandpa deserves to die because you are a shitty kid.
Okay, so we start off with narration because you always have to narrate things that have a lot of backstory that no one outside of the cult is going to understand.
I immediately knew I was in trouble but when that voiceover ended, I was like, I didn't follow any of that. I don't know what it's setting up. I don't know who we're talking about. I'm so confused.
So we start off the warlord named Piccolo. Then
makes me laugh every time they say it.
And they made them a Fuba and imprisoned him at the center of the earth. But I mean, you should have just added 2 lines. But he escaped because the Fuba cracked one day because of pressures of the earth, or he passed a lot of wind and it broke.
Nope. They just tell us that he's in it, and then he's not in it, and I don't understand
for no known reason. Oh, one quick thing: the guy that wrote this movie, then years later, like issued an apology when somebody was like writing a book about Dragonball, saying that he was sorry. He'd written like this terrible movie for Mark Wahlberg, and then he saw this big paycheck in this movie, thinking he was going to be franchise boy, and he just went in there and just did it. Which, I mean,
can't blame him.
You can't. Well, actually, you can blame him. But
I'm saying I can't blame him. If someone offered me a paycheck to write something, even if I'd never heard of it, I'd be like, yeah, I could do that. No problem. I'll send you a script by the end of the day.
We understand why he took the paycheck. And certainly it's not this dude's fault, but your issue with that is it looked like he's been essentially canceled from Hollywood. So.
Oh, has he not done anything?
Oh, no. Very, very little.
Oh, okay. That's a bummer then.
But that's what happens, man. You take this, Hollywood is going to put you in Hollywood jail. And I mean,
yeah.
So we start off, Grandpa saying there are no rules. Okay. And then
the first rule, there are no rules. And it's like, okay, well, it's not the first rule then. And then it's the only rule. And then it's also not even a rule. This line is dumb. You're fired.
So there's a sweaty white guy who's Goku, who
who directed?
When he slicks back the hair and it pops back up, that was like one of the only good jokes.
That was funny. I thought that. So I have 2 things to say. First of all, who directed this movie? Because why am I watching sweat drip off of his nose for like 30 to 45 seconds? I don't know who this is at this point. I don't care about anything. It's like, okay, the guy's sweaty. I don't know what's happening.
Nope.
But I will say, I feel like the hair popping back up was the last moment of the film where I was like, oh, maybe they're going for like a weird, campy, like parody of Kung Fu movies. Because it kind of felt that way to me.
That's where
and then it stopped feeling it like that. And then I was like, oh, maybe they're just really bad at making a movie then. And then I got lost.
I mean, they needed to study the work of Jackie Chan and just realize how you sort of do comical parody. And because, like we've probably said a million times, comedy is so hard to do. And when you're also trying to do a martial arts film and you're trying to do a teen, they were trying to do 27 films, and they were not really competent in any of them.
In any of them at all.
So they're fighting on the ropes and jumping and swinging upside down. I liked when they were both upside down with their feet hooked. I'm like, that's a good little interesting maneuver.
Sure. And this really lets you know that they don't care about gravity or science or realism whatsoever. So it's like, it brings you into the world that could have been and then also didn't deliver.
There's one flying kick in this movie that is like literally the worst flying kick ever. They're just like, it's kind of like they put the guy on wires and they pulled it back and then he just sort of swung forward a foot. They're like, there it is.
There it is. And cut, print, check the gate. Let's go.
So Goku eventually kicks a beetle into Grandpa's mouth.
I was confused on the size of the beetle.
It was like a June bug. It was about this.
Okay, because at part of the scene it looked like a hamburger size bug, and then when he kicked it, it went into his mouth very easily, and I was like, I'm confused.
Could kill him, and then Grandpa uses magic to defeat his grandson, which I'm just like, that's not fair. If I don't have magic, you can't just beat me with magic. Right?
I mean, listen, he does have magic, though, right?
Yeah, he has the key magic, which is lighting things and blowing out.
Yeah, he's the key master. So I don't know. Also, he's like, it's the shadow crane or whatever, and you don't see it coming or something. I was like, we all saw it coming. We all watched it. Goku is the only person who didn't see it coming. So I don't know how I feel about him.
He saw it coming. It's magic. He has no. What's your option? It's like, the magic user magic missiles you. You can hold your shield up against it. It's still going to shoot you in the eyeballs, and you're going to die.
Shoot you in the eyeballs.
It's magic. And that's one of the great things about avatars. They use swords against magic. A sword is effective against magic. The magic isn't just magic. This thing's it's just magic.
Yeah, it's just magic.
Out of luck.
Also, it's also called airbending in this movie. Mm-hmm. So I'm confused. Is that a real thing?
I have the feeling this dude made this up, and I have the feeling Avatar ripped it off.
Okay, interesting.
I didn't do any research on that, but that's my guess. But since Avatar is so well loved, I didn't catch a lot of grief for it. And that's the whole thing. If you're gonna take somebody's basic ideas and then drop
improve
upon them, maybe there's a whole temple of monks from the 1500s that did all this kind of stuff and talked about airbending, but certainly the first time I've ever heard about it in a different context, and this context was way before Avatar.
Yes, I mean that's true. But just to be clear, it sounds like you believe in magic, but that we've lost it. Because in the 1500s, you would believe that monks had magic that could bend air.
Sure.
And then we've lost it over time because of cynicism.
We're a bunch of assholes, and we lost our magic.
I like it. I'm on board.
Okay, so he's like, then we do the whole thing where we're trying to establish what is going on with this kid. And he's like, you're special. And he's like, I want to explode. And Grandpa's like, you can't fight. And then he's like, well, Grandpa, teach me how to get with the ladies.
So right
to be normal.
Dan,
it's like,
right here, my whole thought. I'm sorry. No, go.
Well, it's like the 20, it's like, let's give him a motivation. No, let's give him all motivation.
Like he doesn't again know what he wants. He's like, I'm different. I need to understand that. I also want to talk to girls. I also want to do martial arts and then also magic. If you could teach me that. And it's like, bro, calm down. Do one thing at a time. You're 18 years old.
And that's once again the thing with like a show like Avatar is like we spread out his learning over like 60 episodes.
Yeah. For sure.
which is the
For
amount
sure.
of time you need to, in this one, in all these movies, we always have the requisite training thing in the middle of the second act for some unknowable reason. And it's just like, okay, now I'm going to try and teach you the thing you're going to need in the third act to make things happen.
Yeah.
And it just always falls like
it's too quick. You can't do it. You can't do it.
There's zero stakes in it. It's like, we know he's going to learn it. It's the old,
you have to.
We know Spider-Man's going to live because he's signed up for the next movie.
Yes, Dan, exactly.
I told you my buddy Todd totally agreed with you.
Did he? Oh, thanks, Todd. You're a brilliant mind.
And he wanted us to just talk about this movie. We should always be calling it Dragon Balls.
Dragon Balls. I'll do that. That's good.
So Grandpa's like, here's your birthday present. It's Dragon Ball. You get 7 of them. You get a wish.
The casual way that they introduce this entire thing is bewildering to me. Like, I was just like, wait, what? There's 7 orange balls. It gives you a wish. No one's going to explain to me anything else other than that. Okay, let's go. LFG.
I watched like the first 10 minutes of the original, very first cartoon and then fell asleep. And the interesting thing is he doesn't have a Dragon Ball in the beginning of it. It's Bulma.
Sure.
She's looking for them and she says, why don't you come with me? We'll go look for these. Kind of like a Pokemon thing where it's like, hunt them all, go find them all.
Well, he said at one point they say you gotta collect them all, and I did break out into the Pokemon theme song at that moment in the film. So it's a thing. But I guess she's also looking for it in this movie. He just also happens to have one for no reason whatsoever. So, there's that.
We'll get to that because there's some funny things in that part that I really thought were funny.
Oh, man.
So he goes to Unitech High. He's like a little cool electric scooter which the assholes run over.
Dan, first of all, if a car runs over a bicycle thing like that, that car is messed up. But that car took it no problem. It's trapped under the carriage and there's no damage. He just walks and he's like, yeah, I did that. What's up? So dumb. No, this guy's car is messed up. Second of all, is this guy 45 years old?
I know. His crew of 30-year-olds, yes.
I was so confused when he got out of the car. I was like, what is happening? This guy is 50.
You thought he was the coach?
I don't know, man. It's not high school, I'll tell you that.
And so he, there's a lot of, banter. I'm not going to kick your ass. And then we meet Chi-Chi, who's the world's worst person on the planet's girlfriend for no reason. And then she basically doesn't talk to him the rest of the movie or acknowledge that she was his girlfriend.
Are they really dating? I don't know.
Yeah, because we have a whole girl power. She turns out to be a martial artist, everything thing, and you're just like,
which weird.
Why is she dating piece of shit? I don't know.
Yep. Nope, no reason. None at all.
So now we meet Piccolo for the first time. He's up in his blimp. He throws something down and blows up a whole town.
Yeah, I don't even know. What did he throw?
I don't know. We don't even quite understand it. It's this weird overhead shot where we're like, did he blow up a whole town? But we don't really see that. We just see a town that's sort of not there, but sort of on fire.
Yeah.
And then there's
real quickly.
Yeah.
I do just want to say shout out to my dude, James Marsters, doing his fucking best. I really felt like he was trying. I did.
Tony.
And I love him. You don't think? I think he was in it, man. I think he's like, man, this movie's not very good, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard.
Go get me those balls.
See, and that sounds pretty good. I think he would have been great in this movie.
Oh, Jesus. So and then May goes down there and terrorizes this woman who we never see again and has a daughter that doesn't matter. They act like that character was a character in the movie.
Yes, 100%. And are we sure? I don't want to get in trouble for this. Are we sure that it's not the same woman that comes back at the end and is taking care of Piccolo? Who is that at the end of the movie? Oh, maybe that is the clip. Maybe I did see the clip. Did you see the part where Piccolo is still alive at the end and some lady's taking care of him?
That's the clip. I did not see it. So
I did see the clip. We'll talk about it later. Okay. So now we don't know whether or not it's the same person, but I don't know. I don't know who this person is.
So we're in class. The teacher's talking about eclipses, and then he's looking at Chi-Chi, and then he fades into like dream state, and Chi-Chi's like there eating strawberries.
I don't understand why this is in this movie.
Because the male gaze, motherfucker.
And while listen, I am the demographic for that. In general, I'm okay with, a little thing like this, but it doesn't fit the rest of the movie.
You mean
like if this was like a teen comedy, sure, I get it. If this was like, if his powers were somehow connected to his like going through puberty, sure, I guess that could work. But this is so detached from anything else that happens in the whole movie, and I was just like, what's going on right now?
Whose idea was it to shoot this scene? We'll never know.
I don't know. We'll never know.
So she's having a hard time getting into her weird digital locker, which is, maybe that's a thing. I've never heard of it.
Is this movie in the future?
Well, it's in an alternate Earth that has nothing to do with our Earth. So there are no white people on this Earth. So nothing in this. Who knows where they are in this thing?
Okay. And so, I'm sorry, I get hung up on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But so when he blows open all the lockers,
he uses magic.
Didn't he just break every single one of those lockers? Because all he did was force it open with air. He's not magically unlocking them. He's literally just tearing off the lock of every locker in that hallway.
Everybody's term paper and all their notes just on the floor.
Everywhere. Yep. All my personal effects open for everyone to take.
Well, and I mean, it's your classic thing. It's like, well, we could make a little thing in there like, oh, yes, he has powers, but he can't control them. Okay.
Sure. Great.
No, that's not what it is.
No, we saw him control it just a little bit ago, I think. If I remember the timeline correctly, I think he used it at one point, didn't he? Maybe not.
This is his first.
Listen, I was pretty drunk when I watched this movie. So.
Wish you were drunk?
I wish I was drunk.
So the girl, Chi-Chi, chases him, and it's like, hey, Goku, did you use that? Did you use your ki powers to do that? She's like, you know about my ki powers? And she's like, come to my party.
First of all, Dan, that was the best summation of a scene we've ever done on this podcast. Come to my party!
He takes his Dragon Ball. Why did he take his Dragon Ball?
He brings it to the party, I think. He puts it in his little pocket. Because that's how it glows when his grandpa gets all messed up.
Okay, so the party's at a castle.
Which, listen, I would definitely go to a castle party. So if any of y'all out there got castles, call me up. I'll be there.
And they have a parrot, too. So there you go, parrot. That's like the weirdest. Like, somebody's like, get that parrot in the shop. We paid money for the parrot.
Someone just brought the parrot to set one day, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Get it in there.
They're like, what do we need for the party? Number one, freaking parrot.
Parrot, please.
That's what the kids like to party with the parrot. So
the kids, they're all 45 years old. They're not kids.
So we have a whole thing where, like, her boyfriend and his friends, the 40-year-olds, they're all outside, not inside partying like you do at a party. They're like, we gotta keep as hard as we can. And so Goku's like, I got invited. She invited me. And then we do the classic, you try to punch. I'm not allowed to fight, so you try to punch me.
Yeah. I thought that was fun.
And then they come at him with pipes, which is...
Yeah, I mean, listen, we go zero to murder real quick. Which...
And then he gets him to destroy his own car, which I enjoyed that.
Again, yeah, it was pretty funny.
When he slid on his head, I was like...
I didn't understand.
Well, what it is there's like that scene in one of the cartoons at some point where he's like, slide! And it'd be hilarious in a cartoon because he's like doing all these things and it's this thing, you're like, I like the idea, the execution, meh.
Not great. Yeah. Which, pretty much you could say that about the entire film.
Now,
Not great execution.
Did the bad guys, they like piped each other? Is that was the ending?
Yeah, no, they're dead. Yeah. They've knocked out their own teeth. They're like in the hospital for weeks recovering. For sure.
Should have been much funnier. So Chi-Chi and Goku bond. We get the whole thing about Grandpa.
Hey, why are they bonding at this moment? I'm a little confused because he just beat the shit out of your boyfriend and his friends without doing much. And then you're just kind of like, let's go hang out. I don't understand the relationship.
Cool.
It's not cool.
I mean, it's like she wants to attach herself to the most alpha of the males, and he just
I see.
The most alpha of the males.
Got it.
There it is. It's tribal culture. Okay, so Grandpa gets attacked. He fights May, and then Piccolo grabs his heart with his hand. Crush your heart. Then I'm like, then I crush your house.
I don't understand his set of powers at all.
Nope.
It's very confusing.
What
I also don't understand is why the grandpa is hurt. And let me explain that. Later in the movie, the new teacher that Goku gets, I can't remember his name now.
Roshi?
Yeah, Roshi falls out of a flying blimp thing like miles into rocks and then gets covered with rocks, but is totally fine at that moment. And I was like, wait, our other dude just got wood fell on him.
No, he's
dead?
He crushed him with his hand first.
So what you're saying is his heart ruptured and then the wood fell on him and that's why he died?
Two separate incidences.
Okay, then I don't think we need the second incident is all I'm saying.
Me could have just crushed his heart. He didn't need to drop a house on him.
100% and then just left him dead on the floor. I feel like that's almost more impactful. Because
more importantly, they should have then just gone to the party and collected up the Dragon Ball.
That is correct. Yes.
Because, he must have some sensing device for Dragon Balls, because what's her name?
Apparently that's pretty common in this world, is people can just track them willy-nilly. I don't know.
And more importantly, they can track them and end up in a place where there is one, even though they haven't been tracking one, and then it just automatically then pings up on the machine.
Yep, that is correct. Yeah.
Okay, so Goku realized something's wrong, so he runs home through the forest because he doesn't have his electric motorbike.
Yep.
And Grandpa's like, not much time. Go find Roshi in some place some name I don't understand.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
And then he takes time and buries Grandpa, and then finds the yellow outfit, which I guess he takes with him.
I guess so. They don't really mention it but it's cool. It's cool. He's just got it on hand, I guess.
Oh, so then Bulma, so he's in the house, and then Bulma shows up. So here comes Bulma, and she's like, I want my orb back. And she has the most fake plastic ass gun ever, except the gun Mai has, which is just as fake ass plastic.
Just as bad, yeah.
So she calls it a Promethea orb, or Promethea ball, and he's like, oh, it's a Dragon Ball. And then she instantaneously switches over her nomenclature to Dragon Ball, which we had some good comedy with her. She should have kept calling it the Promethea ball. And then there's a nice joke structure there, which would have been fun.
Yeah, but we don't want to deal with that sort of thing, Dan. We got stuff to do in this movie, so we got to just move on. I really thought that the nomenclature was going to be important at some point, because why does she believe it's called something else? What is the history of that?
She made that up.
She made it up? Is that, you think?
Oh, absolutely.
But so she knows nothing about these balls except for how to track them.
Tracker one.
So you think she's only tracking the one? I'm all turned around.
She's made a device to track her ball to find more balls.
But if it's your ball, why would you need a device to track it? It's in your pocket, lady. Or it should be, until someone came and stole it.
Because she wants more, because somehow she figures out that she probably needs 7 of them to get the wish.
Well, but then there's a line when he's like, "Nah, this one's got 4." She's like, "I knew it. There are more." So I'm just so confused on why she built a device
Because she knew there were
to
more.
track a ball that she owns, and so far she only knows that there's one.
But she just had that line where she knows there's more.
She's been vindicated. I don't know, man. It's all baloney.
If I gave you a diamond ring, would you think, well, it's the only diamond in the world?
No, man, I would sell that thing.
Thank you.
Please give me a diamond ring, Dan. I need some money.
Okay, so party in the castle, Bulma. So why does Bulma want to find the more Dragon Balls?
I have no idea. Does she say it?
Oh yeah, she says it.
Oh, okay, what's her reasoning?
One line followed by the second line. Because she wants to be famous. And then her second line is because she wants to use the Dragon Balls to make infinite power.
But how does she know that would happen if she didn't even know a second ago that there were more for sure? She just thinks there's more.
She thinks there's more.
But how does that lead to fame? 1, and 2, how do you know that it will make you infinite power? I don't understand.
Because this is once again where this person does not understand whoever wrote this or whoever rewrote this does not understand motivation and want. This
is bananas.
Your want should be, I want to help people by creating an infinite power.
Sure.
But twice in the movie she says, I want to be famous.
Listen, man. I don't know. This is dumb.
Okay, so now we're in Padzu where Roshi is, and Goku's eating a turkey leg.
And it's a big one too. Like it's a decent sized turkey leg. Why? Why does he have that?
And she's at this weird, who knows? She's at this weird kiosk, which is a electronic phone booth.
I wonder if that's something. I wonder if these are like nods from the show that we just don't understand. But like, to me, the turkey leg is even more random than the Pringles in Ghostbusters.
Well, the Pringles in Ghostbusters is a joke.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that serves a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't even a joke. No, he's just eating it. And he's like, hey, you want some? And she's like, nah, dude. And then that's it. I don't understand.
We don't ever go back to the turkey leg. The turkey leg didn't come before.
And he's eating it through this whole scene. And he's like delivering lines with his mouth full of food. I was losing my shit.
I'm starting to like this movie more and more than because it's just like so random. I actually say I think I would probably enjoy this movie if I watched it. I think this movie should move into like just weird movies to watch because
it is that
so many weird things that you just don't understand what the decision making process is. Maybe we should have a Dragon Ball expert on. That's it.
Oh, we should.
Surprising is I always thought the whole show was Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball is the thing. Dragon Ball Z was just one implementation.
Dan, I didn't know that either until when the movie came on and it was like Dragon Ball Evolution. I was like, wait. And then I had to do like the littlest bit of research. I was like, I did not know that. I had no idea.
So wait, you did the research back in 2009?
No. I mean, when it just happened yesterday.
Oh, I see.
And I had to double check and I was like, wait, I thought this whole thing was Dragon Ball Z. And it's not. It's not. I just don't know anything.
Okay, so famous. So he's eating the turkey leg. They go to this weird old house that's disconnected from the other houses, and you're just like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. And then Bulma just lets herself in, and then he fights I think it's whatever his name is.
Chow Yun Fat.
Chow Yun Fat.
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
So I think he fights Chow Yun Fat, and this scene drove me crazy because on the side is this giant box for a robot. And I'm just like waiting for this robot to come out. And
I didn't even notice that.
There's like this big white box that like is like the size of a human being. And I'm like, oh, there's got to be like some robot character that's going to like be this funny robot that comes out and does robot stuff the rest of the movie. And no fucking robot.
That is not... I want to go back and watch that scene. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it at all.
So yeah,
That's amazing.
so Roshi is like he's just doing a thing. I don't even know what it is. He's just
is he kind of doing like Jackie Chan, drunken, like a little bit? But why does he have like a Hawaiian shirt on the whole movie? Is that I should go back and watch this show a little bit. Like, did he have a Hawaiian shirt on in the show? Maybe he did.
So he talks about this poem that says the poem means get the balls together, and he always wondered what it meant, even though the poem says exactly what it means, I think, right?
Also that, but also some people seem to know exactly what happens when you get them together. Some people don't. I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening.
And then he's like, oh, I've got a Dragon Ball somewhere, and he pulls out like a Playboy, and she's all like, what's this? For research! It's like, this is your joke? Your joke is like, he's whacking off it's like, that's your joke?
Maybe that's what the robot is, Dan.
Oh, no. It seemed like...
Oh, no.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
So Goku's like, oh, the ball's right here, and kind of, in the like most weird way, reaches down on the back of a shelf for what reason I don't know. That doesn't make any sense, and it's not significant. He just pulls out another Dragon Ball. So we've got 3 now.
Which, I'll be honest, have been very easy to come by. For there only being 7 in the world, and obviously there are alien worlds, so universe. There are 7 in the universe. And so far we have found 3 lickety split.
Like, and with a level of conflict of being 0.
0.
Wait, do we have 3? No, we have 2. We're 2.
Wait, no,
doesn't have hers. Goku has his, and then this is the second.
Oh, that's right. Hers was stolen, but she does have one, so we know where it is.
Sure,
more or less.
So now Piccolo blows up a whole lake and kills a bunch of fish, and then goes down there and just picks up another one.
Yeah. Yep. We don't want to take the time to like make a fun scene. We just need you to know that he's got another one. Why don't we just have him start with a couple and be like, these are the last 2 that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Okay. So now we're going to head across the desert. And so we make Goku put on this gigantic pack of stuff that we never use any of this stuff.
Yep. Does it even make it through the rest of the movie?
No.
The pack? I don't remember it
crashes
later.
Into the hole and we never talk about it again.
Got it. Yep. Okay.
So they're running across the desert. They've got to go to the stone temple. And then... Wait. Oh, and so they go to the stone temple. And then there's Chi-Chi. Hey, Goku, how you doing?
Yep.
Then we go in there and there's like 24 people training for the big tournament.
The big tourney, which we don't even... I got nothing.
We have no idea what it is, why it is, how it is, why it is, what it means, what you win, why you'd want to do this. We know nothing about it.
And then we don't do it.
Well, we go to it for a random reason.
Well, first of all, he misses her fight. And then she's like, hey, you made it. But he didn't. He missed her fight entirely. So that's dumb.
Which is like,
but like
another.
What I mean, we don't go to it is like we don't see there's no like ramifications. It's just like another something that's happening where we don't care about it.
And once again, this is another classic, straight out of Benjamin Button. You know, if you're gonna go to somebody's thing, don't show up at the fight nights. You don't show
up at the end, you son of a bitch. Okay,
you really love this girl. Put in the work. Jesus.
Come a little bit early. Maybe draw a sign so she knows that you care. Be like, hey, go Chi-Chi.
Nope. Fuck that. So then they leave and go back to driving somewhere new, and then they crash in this weird hole that I didn't see that appears, and
you don't see it. Yeah.
And then this guy comes out, and he's all like, Yamcha. He's like, you're trapped. And now the eclipse is in 2 days. Like literally the season before it was in 7 days. So now we've lost 5 days somewhere.
Oh, just driving. They've just been driving.
5 days driving. So Yamcha's like, you're trapped. I'm not going to let you out unless you give me something.
Yeah, so apparently...
in the hole that you crashed.
he builds this hole to make people crash and then cons them out of their money to get them out. That's a great move. I'm going to start doing that in like a street. I'm just going to chisel away some street. You're going to fall to the sewer, and then I'm going to collect some money.
So we find out that, so then her detection meter just goes off. So she's like, there's one in here.
Again, miraculous. This guy digs a hole to trap people, and then it just happens to be exactly where Dragonball is.
Just happened. So now we get to like the most confounding scene of the entire movie. Piccolo goes and puts himself in this machine that then drains out his blood, which then is turned into monsters. We have this gigantic set, this gigantic machine, all of this stuff for like a little 3-minute scene that like means like the most nothing of nothings.
That is correct. Yeah. Good for them. Really going for it, you know? I feel like that was the first scene they shot and they thought they had like an infinite budget. And then they looked the next day, they're like, well, we're down to 10% of our budget left. So we got to make this last.
So we're in the lava cave. The blood monsters attack. They figure out the only way to kill the blood monsters is to throw them in the lava. And then Goku's like, I'm going to literally tear these monsters into hunks and then throw them in the lava so that I can use them as like a bridge.
Stepping stones.
To the thing.
Which is, I think, exactly how lava works. Just for the record, I'm pretty sure.
Blood monsters neither sink nor burn, but they are immobilized. Not quite sure, since it's not really affecting them. Why don't they just crawl out of it?
No, that's not possible. Are you not following the rules, Dan?
No. So then, Goku fights May, but he wins.
Did he win? I honestly don't remember the fight.
He got the ball. So now we have 3 balls.
Okay.
And then they just sort of march out of the cave. And then they got to go to Toy-san. And then we meet Ernie. What's his name? Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, yeah.
Got to make the news of Boomafoo. And he's doing a sand painting. And there's like this funny thing. He's doing the sand painting. They open the door. And like just like a little tiny wind blows like a little tiny bit of his sand painting. When the joke is, it's got to destroy the whole sand painting.
The whole thing, though, it would just wash away, and then
He's got to do like double take, like it's my sand painting, painting.
Nope, not in this movie, Dan.
Go for the joke. And so he starts on the news of Boomafoo. Chi-Chi's now at the tournament. May fights her and then scratches her and then steals her blood.
Yeah. Yep.
And
then quits the tournament.
Yeah. Does May even know that Chi-Chi's part of their crew? She's not part of their crew.
I mean, yeah, because she's literally not. She's not traveling with them at this point, right? Because it's after the. Listen. I have no idea.
Maybe because she knows Goku's going to turn into the monkey, and so she knows that. No, that doesn't work either. Maybe maybe she's getting the blood of everyone in their high school.
There you go. She is transforming into so many people, so don't even worry about it.
Okay, now we have practice time. He has to light the fire. And then it's like really stupid. And then he like goes to cheat.
Yeah.
And then Chi-Chi shows up and she's like, you can step one step closer to me, each one you light. And then he lights one, then he blows one out, and she makes him take a step back.
Yeah.
And then do they kiss? I don't know if they kissed.
Yeah, no, they do. And it's very passionate, Dan.
Oh,
I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, they're like, and they get into it. It's a good kiss. It's probably the best acting of the movie.
Oh my God, it's really bad. So,
I'm sorry. Are you falling asleep over there, Dan?
I'm wearing out, Tony. I'm down to low energy, Dan.
Oh no, we've lost it.
They'll have a page and a half to go.
We just got to power through this, man. We got to power through. Let's go.
Okay. So Chi-Chi steals the balls, but it turns out to be May, And
Yeah.
then she gets away, but Goku almost gets shot. Or somebody shoots him.
He did get shot because he like goes to heaven, right?
He's like, oh, I'm in heaven. And then Grandpa's like, you're not done yet. And so then he goes back.
Yeah.
That's how heaven works.
Yeah, that's exactly. You're right on that brink. You could go either way.
So they solved they've got the magic jar. So they have everything they need, which is just the magic jar. That's what we've been waiting for. No one's explained that to anyone, that we're just waiting for a magic jar to be done.
I didn't even know what it was. And they're all like, yeah, we're good now. And I was like, what do you mean? What do we do? I don't even know what we're doing with.
We got magic jar.
Listen, I can't handle this movie.
Okay, so Piccolo does something to make this whole stone castle and all this stuff appear. What did he do? He did something.
I don't know.
Probably plants a little seed or something, or he takes a leak. So, boom, it all comes up. He's got the balls all there. I think he gets the dragon to come, and then they show up in a Humvee. Now they have a Humvee that flies.
But it's like flying, yeah.
And so then they shoot, and then one of the balls falls down, and then Goku goes down, and then we hear that he was sent here as a baby to turn into a giant were-ape.
Yeah, and so when this happens, it took me by surprise, we'll say.
When he turns into the ape?
When they're just telling him he's about to turn into it, I was like, what are you talking about? This hasn't been brought up at all in this movie. This is some brand new information in Act 3 that is changing the game. And I was so confused. And then he was right. He turns into a giant monkey. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? I don't understand. Why is he a were-monkey? And then Piccolo's like, and now you'll listen to me because I'm in command of you. Go do this. And I was like, wait, why is he listen.
Because it's his old
None of that
reborn.
makes any sense.
It's his old servant reborn, so he's still his servant.
So Goku is just gone. Like, he's not even there at all. He's on vacation somewhere.
Yep. Monkey on board, baby. Man. So the monkey...
Also, let's just say real quickly that that's one of the worst CGI were-monkeys I've ever seen.
Was it CGI? I thought it was a bad costume. No?
I think it was probably a mixture of both, let's be honest.
Yeah. So Roshi fights Piccolo with the jar, but he's too weak.
Yeah.
And then there's a big punch in the sky or something. I don't know. They just defeat him by doing something really dumb.
I mean, yes.
How do they defeat him? I don't even remember.
I have no idea. Don't they? I thought they shot fire. I don't know.
Oh, they shoot. One guy shoots fire, and then Goku flies through it, and then punches him or something. I think.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. Because they're throwing their energy at each other, but Goku's so strong that he goes right through it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Why is he so strong? We don't know. Did he do something different?
And why is he no longer a monkey? I didn't understand.
Oh, because
the impetus.
They talk him out of being a monkey.
But that's not how it works, because he turned because of the eclipse. It's not like an emotional thing. He's gone. The eclipse
They talked him out.
I don't know, man.
They talked him out of it.
They talked him out. Be like, wait, Goku, no, wait, this is a bad idea. He's like, okay.
So he's got all the balls, and so he uses them to bring the white dragon, and the white dragon just brings Roshi back to life.
And then he just totally wastes the wish.
What?
You get one wish, dude.
Tony?
I'm sorry. So you're telling me
you have one wish, and I'm dead there on the ground. You're not bringing me back. You're going to be like,
hold
I want
on.
a Nintendo 64, and I want a brand new car, and I want a really cool apartment, and I want some lights.
So all things that I can find on eBay.
Yes. That's all you're going to order. Things on eBay as your wish.
Dan, listen.
My life,
his
precious
grandpa.
life. What?
Wait, his grandpa is dead. You're telling me that he's going to choose to bring back the guy he's known for 6 days instead of his grandpa?
Oh, chance. He's going to be grandpa.
Yeah, he's bringing back the grandpa. He chose the wrong guy. Okay, what a waste.
Okay.
And then the guy comes back and he's like, "Hey, I saw your grandpa." He says hi or whatever the fuck it was, and I was like, "His
Bam!
grandpa's pissed right now." His grandpa's like, "He's choosing you." I've known the kid for 18 years. I raised him, and he's choosing you.
Raised him from a baby monkey. Yeah, it does seem like we could have had a few clues, like, instead of eating a turkey wing, a turkey leg, he'd have been eating a banana.
Yeah, hey, there you go. There's some foreshadowing. I love it.
Foreshadowing. So somebody says, "Oh, now the balls have been scattered. We have to go find them again."
So you're telling me that you can do this over and over and over again? You can. So it's not just one wish. It's as many wishes as you want, as long as you have the gumption to go get them.
My wish number 2 is a map to where the new balls will disappear to, and
endless cycle.
A book that is every cycle of where the balls are going to be. So I just go through the book. I just keep getting more wishes.
Yeah, I don't understand it, man. I don't get it.
So then we end back at the tournament where there's nobody, and they're all like, "Now we're gonna find out who's the best."
And it's me.
I do not believe Chi-Chi is going to be the best, because did she do anything in the fight?
Nothing cool, that's for sure.
I mean, although I did like when it was the Chi-Chi on Chi-Chi fight. I like that. I thought that was nice. I thought it actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. That's a tough thing to do.
So this movie, I liked when he slid on his hair. I also liked when his hair popped up. I liked when
just the hair bits. You just like the hair.
I like when he had to carry the giant backpack. I thought that was very funny. I think that's it.
I didn't like much. I like James Marsters. I like him. I think he's great. He does the narration for Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files in audiobook form, and he's great. I love him.
Yeah, that's
good for him.
Who am I hiring? I'm hiring a guy who's a really good voice actor. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Hey, he was also in Buffy. He was Spike in Buffy, and he was great.
Oh,
and
Spike
he was
Buffy.
He was Brainiac in Smallville. I mean, this guy's been in all my favorite things.
Oh, that is so sad that he's Spike in Buffy and he has to do this garbage.
I mean, yeah. No, this didn't go as well as he probably was hoping.
Well, maybe we can hire him for one of our projects sometimes, and he can redeem it.
Perfect. We'll just bring him on the podcast.
Yes. James, if you want to come and talk about your career, we're here for you.
We're here for you. We can't pay you, but please give us free publicity.
So that was Dragon Ball's evolution.
Dragon Balls.
I mean, it might be funny to watch again just because it's so dumb. If you had it on the TV, you'd look at it and you'd be like,
yeah, because
the robot.
The first time, I didn't realize it was going to be so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I went in thinking it was going to be a movie, and it's not a movie. And so now that I'm in that headspace, maybe I'll have some fun with it.
If Tony and I were alcoholics, we could turn all these movies into drinking games, and they'd be much.
And we would be dead by episode 3.
Cirrhosis of the liver. So now is the time. Do you have any other final thoughts about the music or the editing or the sound effects editing?
There wasn't a lot of music.
No.
I know that. I don't remember.
They didn't really pay for licensing for any cool songs.
Yeah. Oh, the final clip, Dan, which we already talked about.
Yeah.
It's a young lady, and she's taking care of Piccolo as he's laying in bed ill, but clearly still alive. The weird thing is it's like a 3-minute clip, and 2.5 of those minutes is her like making tea and then like slowly walking it to the bedroom, and you're like, why am I watching this? Why am I watching this? And then the payoff is he's in bed. Like, yes, tea, thank you. That's it. And then it's the end of the clip. That clip could have been 18 seconds long, where it's just like she brings in the tea done, but they just stretched it out. And I was like, this is par for the course. This movie sucks.
So this is the point in the show where we talk about something we liked, and we just got BritBox, although I think I'm going to talk about something that we watch on Hulu. I don't know, because Shannon just turned stuff on. An Irish comedian, Aisling B. She has a show called This Way Up, where
Okay.
she it's a really nice show. I think she tried to kill herself or something. And so she just got out of the bin, and she's got out of the
Sure.
treatment facility, and she ends up tutoring this kid who's just come from
Okay.
France to England. And it's just great. She's like a great comedian. I found her through Taskmaster, and she's just super funny. Once again, a nice British show that's like has people that are funny on it, and it's not broad
Sure.
humor. It's interesting, fun humor that we like.
Yeah.
What do you got for us, Tony?
I'm going to do two things because one of them's like a half thing because it's just an update from last episode. Fear Street, 1989. I can't remember the second year. The second one came out. It's also great. 70s. It's the 70s. Sorry. Fantastic. I didn't love it quite as much as the first one because the first one's a 90s horror film and this is a 70s slasher. And I just have a more, a spot in my heart for 90s because I was alive. But great. Can't wait for the third one to come out next Friday. I'm sure I'll tell you about it then. And then the other thing I found is there's a podcast, a rewatch of the OC called Welcome to the OC Bitches that is being done by the lady that played Summer and the lady that played Marissa's mom. I can't remember either of the names. I'm sorry. Rachel Bilson is one of them. Hilarious. They do a great job. It's fun. And the OC is a great guilty pleasure of mine. I love that show.
We watched the Fear Street. I loved it. Top to bottom.
Yeah.
It was great. I love
so fun.
All that. I mean, they hit the nostalgic music hard, which
yes.
there are people complaining about. I'm like, you're doing all nostalgia. You're allowed to be nostalgic as you want.
That's the whole point.
It's not like you're making a movie set in 2021. It's nostalgia. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just be like, they'll make the nostalgia very cryptic so you don't get it. It's like,
it oozes nostalgia, and it's beautiful. I love it so much.
So I loved it. I thought the characters were very interesting. I thought the thing, and it's R.L. Stine. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Woo. Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, so good.
And it was like we watched some of those shows, and they're always just sort of terrible. God, we just watched one, and it was just got to the end, and we're just like, what is happening? Why? What does all this mean? We are not enjoying how you're trying to settle this. And this one, you're like, great settle, love the whole idea, whatever. Great.
Yeah, man.
What was the other thing we talked about? I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Welcome to the OC Bitches podcast about the OC rewatch.
Do not care about that. So we're going to continue in our month of whitewashing.
Oh, okay, fun. I'm glad we've just kind of pigeonholed ourselves into a theme month on accident.
And another anime gone to live action movie gone wrong. It. Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. All right. I know nothing about this, so I'm very excited.
I've never seen the anime, know nothing about it. I watched probably the first 10 or 15 minutes of this movie at one point, and it seemed kind of like, whatever. But, once again, we're going to go in there and see if it's another movie that's packed with a bunch of references to things that people that know the references get and then get angry because you've chosen to put a white woman as an Asian character. Hollywood.
I'm very excited about this. This could be good.
Yeah, so that's where we're going to go next week.
Huzzah, everybody.
This has been Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. If you like what you see, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash, which is, I've stolen that bit from someone else I know. Say smash buttons. Leave us a comment. We've gotten a few comments lately. We get new viewers occasionally, and we do our thing, and maybe once again the algorithm will look at our little show and give us some ranking, but probably unlikely.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I'm okay with it. I don't like too much attention.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
We like careful, focused attention from those that we love.
That's
and
right.
We love
Thanks, everybody.
If you're listening or watching and enjoying the dulcet sounds of Dan and Tony once a week.
Thank you very much.
Tony announcer voice.
Come back next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.